You are you are a champion. You really are a champion. I don't know
Oh,
what the hell you're playing at, mate, but
I've never used it on the phone before, so I went to leave to try and use the screen. I went to leave to try and use the screen, and it was like end stream. I was like, shit, that's what I wanted to do.
Monkey, I am really sorry, sir. Please come back. I was enjoying talking to you then until my idiotic co-host decided he was going to press buttons and mess about. So please don't. Yes, but that's why.
It had to happen sometime. It
Right.
was it was my fault. I was trying to close the get out with the stream on the phone so that I could use the laptop, and
Right.
it just went, yeah, end stream. I was like, what?
For those of you that joined in the second stream, let's play this again, shall we?
This is to certify that Movie Chats has been classified for live streaming.
You
Hi guys. It's been one of those weeks. I'm not even joking. Jesus Christ. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
back. Yeah, sorry.
You see, Phil. You see, I was doing a Marvel. You see, so the first one was a bridging film to the second one. When he hits end stream again in a minute, we'll have a trilogy of lives tonight.
Yeah, you had one in a few weeks. Now you've got. I'll say that.
So I
I
apologize for the title of this stream, ladies and gentlemen. I had to
Sorry,
do it quite
guys.
quickly to get it back live again. So the monkey, please. Yes, here he is. Thank you very much. I apologize about my co-host. You were explaining Five Nights at Freddy's to me.
Yes, they had created 6 games, a lot of books, and in the 6 games and all the books of graphic novels with awesome illustrations, they had all this lore, and they threw it out the window. And instead of having it from the kid's perspective of a child locked in the Five Nights at Freddy's, they choose to go from the perspective of a traumatized one young adult that every night it takes hallucinogenics trying and listens to a book on cassette to try to relive one memory. It's just they changed so much when they had 6 games and all the graphic novels with multiple storylines in the novels that they could have went and drawn from. But they were like, hey, we're going to do something original, and we're going to take our most favorite and beloved villain and turn her into a sympathetic, traumatized child turned security guard. That's part of the whole thing.
Okay.
It was, and it basically they should change the title to PETA running after children and looking half asleep the entire time.
See, I don't
and
mind.
Only the last 5 minutes does anything really happen in it.
See, so I don't mind because I don't know how much you watch the show Monkey at all, so please forgive me. I'm a big Halo fan, so I really do enjoy me Halo. I enjoy the games, I enjoy the beta the beta universe and stuff like that, the Silver Team and all that. So I read all the books. So when we got the series and it sort of followed the game loosely. It followed the secondary universe very loosely, and they sort of mashed the story together out of all the lore without following it too much. I was okay with that to an extent. The new series 2 seems to go back to the war now, so we're getting back into the game sort of story. So I wasn't overly worried about the first series doing that. So I can understand your disappointment if they haven't had that sort of stuff. I'm worried about Amazon announcing now they're going to be doing the Warhammer series with Henry Cavill. That's now been confirmed. So again, that's a universe that's got so much lore, and where they're going to pick it up and go with that, I don't know. I just hope it's not going to be a disappointment. So, as I said, I can understand your frustrations and your disappointment regarding the film. If you get a second movie, a sequel, would you like to see them go back to any particular game or story that comes from the extended media?
Yes, they need to make the security guard who they put in a coma at the end of the first film. They need to make her the villain like she was supposed to be. And they need to have it from the perspective of somebody locked in it. Like, one of the reasons why Five Nights at Freddy's got the cult following that it did was because you're rooting for the one in there. But with this one, it's basically Josh Hutcherson's dealing with a kind of a court case of his aunt wanting custody of his younger sister, and him not providing for her well enough, and then mixed in with little bits of him being the security guard at Five Nights at Freddy's. It doesn't feel like a Five Nights at Freddy's game. It feels like a legal court case with the aunt trying to get evidence and him having these nightly dreams where he's trying to find out who killed his brother. That's not a Five Nights at Freddy's film. And then you don't even have Vanessa be the killer. It just stick to. They could have went with any of the plots of the films, any of the storylines, but to go with a original story when so much has been built in lore already, with only having the characters in the games as minor roles, it doesn't really work. It's like if in Scream 7, if Ghostface turns out to barely be in it, if there's like this new killer and only Ghostface comes out at the end.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
If they would have brought Vanessa as the killer, it would have been okay for me, but the surprise to me of waiting since 1996 for Stu to come back as the villain of Scream, to see him come on screen as the masked killer was just, it was the surprise I never knew I needed, because we all thought he was going to come back as the killer for Scream, but for him to, I got everything that I wanted from the newest Scream film, I got in the last 5 minutes of Five Nights at Freddy's, and
Yeah.
I literally I felt all the nostalgia from seeing Stu as the killer as I did when I saw Scream.
So
And
you're talking nostalgia and stuff there. What's your views on stuff like Beverly Hills Cop 4, for example, now? Because that's the latest nostalgia, pulling, tickling, whatever words you want to use, movie now, isn't it? What's your views on sequels after 30 years after the original?
well, if any of you saw the horrible sequel to the I forgot the name of the Akeem uh um Coming to America
Coming
2.
to America, yeah.
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 I'm since he kind of ruined that one, I what I want in this one is I think if he sticks to his same sort of comedy from that decade, that will be okay. Or if he pulls Bad Boys 2 with lots of action, that would be good.
Yeah.
But if they bring him in and he's like, "Hey, I'm trying to track down my lost daughter," then I'm gonna worry.
I mean, the thing is that I've always sort of had a bit of a soft spot for number 3. Yes, it's not the strongest, but I've had a bit of a soft spot for
Oh.
Wonderworld or whatever it was called. And,
Yeah.
I don't think it was terrible, but they're obviously a lot of these films that are coming out. They're trying to right the wrongs of older films. It's like you say, we were talking about Dial of Destiny earlier. Ultimately they were definitely trying to make a better film than Kingdom of Skull.
What I really liked about Dial of Destiny is when they had the characters speaking Greek. That was interesting, seeing them interacting with the characters in the native language.
Yeah.
I couldn't connect with the Indiana Jones film, The Last Crusade, because you had people from that era being able to be understood by a knight from like the 13th century. It's like having normal people being able to interact with Shakespeare. How could they understand each other? He wasn't even speaking like, "Well, where art thou?" Like that character would have never started out speaking like you and I.
Yeah.
But back to the nostalgia, I actually, my favorite of that franchise of the Beverly Hills Cop is actually 3. Like you said, while he's in that thing, while he's in that that theme park, there's the thing of there's like a mystery he has to unravel. So in the new one, if they could give him like a mystery to unravel and have him do some of his old antics and jokes, that would be really good. Like they could have they could have the old policeman could hire like a nerd or somebody to have each of the computer systems crash where they need to get evidence, and then have Eddie go in with when all the systems are offline and just have him do his shtick, and that could work. Have him go old school. But if they try to mix new with old, like they did in the
A&M.
Yeah.
Well, I think the new Bad Boys film is going to be following Martin Lawrence's character, isn't it? It's not going to be following Will Smith's character. So it's Marcus, isn't it? Marcus Brunette. That'll be following. So if they're going to do that with Bad Boys, and then it's not going to be all the action and everything else, because let's face it, Martin Lawrence he wasn't the youngest and fittest lad in the first 3 Bad Boys films. Then when you've got the Beverly Hills Cops stuff as well, and I'm looking at the trailer, it does look like Eddie Murphy is still that runaway bad boy cop, sort of not following the rules type person that he was in the first 3 films, and he's now 30 years older, 20 years older. I think that's the bit I'm going to struggle with.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's, like I say, the thing is for me is that I hope it's good, because he's not had a great run with sequels recently.
I think I know where it's going to turn if you would be interested.
Okay.
After they stopped doing those films, they did another one. They did a spin-off series that focused on the sister.
Yeah.
And I feel they may bring those characters into it and have them do the action, and Malcolm be like that character that you mentioned be like a mentor. But I think they could just be setting it up for those characters that they already built a season around.
After Bad Boys for Life, which is the latest one, correct me if I'm wrong there, Steve, you're a bigger fan of the film than I am.
Yeah.
That's what I sort of hoped they were going to do. Have Marcus and whatever Will Smith's character was called, I can't remember what his name is, be sort of like the older statesman sort of police officers, and have that younger crew that was with them in that last film sort of take it from there. But then would you need to call it Bad Boys for that, though, just because you've got cameos of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence? I don't know. That's all. The problem I've got with a lot of these films, like the Ghostbusters movies, you know, you're going to bring back the 3 Ghostbusters as your cameo, but you're going to keep the Ghostbusters title.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't pull a Fast X and have it be like, well, we have to change with the times. So here's a cyberkinetics thing that will make you climb up walls. Well, I don't know.
Fast X was poking fun at itself, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
You know, they know how ridiculous that series has got, and that's exactly where they went with that. You know, and you saw it with Hobbs and Shaw, didn't you? With Idris Elba being a cybernetic bloody bad guy. You know, he had all the enhancements and everything. So that series has been poking fun at itself for the last couple of films.
Yeah.
But they know that they were doing that. That's not like Bad Boys, where it's written in the script that these guys can't hack it anymore, so they're bringing in younger kids to do it. That's scripted in the way to do that. But if they're going to bring Eddie Murphy back as Beverly Hills Cop, his name's escaping me for I can't remember what the character's name is now. Then, is he going to be training new badass cops? No, he's not. Looking at the trailer, he's still that rogue cop, and he's going to go back to LA or Beverly Hills, and he's going to meet everybody, including Serge, by the looks of it. And you're just going to give me Axel. That's the one. Thank you, Cyberdance. Thank you very much.
That's the other thing. Serge was amazing in the third one. I thought it was brilliant.
But it's going to be another Coming to America or another wherever, where it's just going to be cameo after cameo after cameo thrown back in there for nostalgic reasons of the original trilogy.
Yeah. Well, we've already talked about this before. I mean, at the end of the day, Hollywood at the minute it's scared of having new projects in case they don't land. I think most of it. They're like the tried and tested at the minute, stuff that will guarantee them at least a certain amount of box office, regardless of the quality of the film.
May I give a prediction?
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is that in that film, we will find out that he has a daughter, and the daughter is going to be played by the actress that was the newest Little Mermaid. Even if she's just like in the last like 10 minutes, I really feel they're bringing him back just to set up a new one.
Yeah, possibly.
And I can tell you why the new Wonka film does not work.
Okay.
They have him playing a genius, young chocolate maker, but also playing the sorrow-filled orphan character at the same time.
Yeah.
So that's why it doesn't work. It's really mismatched, and it just, so half the time it's a musical of singing and dancing, but then it goes from him being happy like that to, oh, I miss my mother, and oh, I'm doing this only because I want to be reunited with my mother again, because she said that when I finally reach fame, she will be with me again. I mean, you can't be. They made the mistake that they did with Queen of the Damned when they had the character be Lestat and Louis.
Yeah.
And you have characters you do want to root for, but they only give like a minute of their backstory, and it's just, a film doesn't have the heart that the other ones did, because in the original you found out about Grandpa Joe, you had you found out backstories of the ones you needed to, but there was humor, laughter, all that. In this one, it's the only thing that I liked about it really was Hugh Grant's Oompa Loompa. But even that, he only has one song. Only one song.
Yeah. So that's pretty accurate, isn't it?
And yes, it's the only one in the trailer too. It's the song that they use for for all those little trailers they're doing. That's the song they have him singing in film.
So is there anything that stands out for you as the movie of 2023 or TV series of 2023? Because I think it's quite easy for the three of us to pick something that is let us down this year. Have you got anything that's been like a standout moment for you?
Yeah, I may get some criticism for this, but I really loved the Marvels because we got this, and it's for different reasons than you may think.
Okay.
Well, if anybody did not know this, Brie Larson started out as a singer. She was a pop star.
Okay.
And so we got to hear her sing and have a musical number. It was like a Bollywood film. And even if the rest of the film was crap to everybody else, we got Brie Larson in a Bollywood film type scene with beautiful with a beautiful set, and we got our introduction into the X-Men.
Hmm.
And everybody has been waiting for the connection to the X-Men. They wanted the X-Men back, and they're finally getting it
Yeah,
because of the Marvels.
but do you think though that they've introduced them because the Marvels was going to be a poor film?
100%.
That's like the hook, line, and sinker, isn't it? Because we got Xavier in Strange 2, didn't we? The Multiverse of Madness. We got him in that. But the hook, line, and sinker for the Marvels is that X-Men connection at the end. It's not anything else that's happened an hour and 40 minutes into of that film.
Yeah, I would say that's very accurate. I would say the Marvels, you could literally rename it. What's that one film with Drew Barrymore? The one with the you could literally call it Charlie's Angels in Space.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
But you are correct. They but there is something else they did set up, and that is what I'm excited about, and that is they finally set up the Young Avengers. So they're gonna have they're bringing back Kate Bishop. I actually liked her in Hawkeye. How about you?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed Kate Bishop in Hawkeye. I enjoyed Helena as the Black Widow, White Widow. I enjoyed it in the Black Widow film. I think those two have got really good chemistry.
So I would say what I loved about the new film was that, kind of like what you were saying, not really what happened in it, but what it started. Like, since it basically gave us the start all the fans wanted, the start of the Young Avengers and the start of the X-Men.
Yeah.
We, as fans, we needed those, and it delivered that for us. And at least now we have another popcorn film that we could just turn on. Like, say, if you get back from having dental surgery, you could pop that on.
I think when you look back at Phase 4 overall, it's been really, really disappointing. I don't think the mix between TV shows and movies have helped that. I think when you look back at Phase 1 and 2, the reasons why they were so successful is that you had a show that was running alongside it called Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And they realised after episode 3 of season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., where Lady Sif was in there, because it was Thor Dark World that was out at the same time. They held back 2 episodes of S.H.I.E.L.D. because of that film. Because that one character was in it that had anything to do with it, but then they moved the shows away from the universe from them, away from the phases. But they've tried to incorporate the shows into the phases.
Yeah.
But the next time you see Mark Ruffalo's Hulk and you haven't seen She-Hulk, you're going to be really confused about who Scar is, because you only got Scar the last 3 seconds of the last episode of She-Hulk.
At the family barbecue.
Yeah. So you're going to be really confused all of a sudden. Hulk's got a son, and you're not going to realize where he's come from or who he is or anything about him, unless you've read those comic lines.
Yeah, he has such a tragic story, a tragic backstory. They, in my opinion, they should have not shown Scar until they showed Hulk's wife. they should have ended with a showing the past of like they should have teased a story of when he was still in the ring and when he had that wife, you know.
That's the problem. That's going to be
what?
the problem, is rewriting Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Because they've used Planet Hulk and War Planet and Planet Hulk and stuff like that in Ragnarok, and it's going to be hard to rewrite that.
Yeah.
And just having him jump on one of the shield jets and disappear for a couple of episodes and come back with his son, it's going to be an interesting sort of backtrack through what I probably think was one of the most successful films in Phase 3 was Ragnarok. You know, but let's see how they get around that. Sean Scott here. Both Marvel and DC have dumped a huge pile of crap on themselves with this multi-shite and crisis of it yet. I was looking forward to Flash until we got told it's not going anywhere after that, and they're not going to use it as a bridging film for the new stuff that's coming out either.
The George Clooney bit at the end did make me laugh.
Yeah. But they're not going to use that as a gateway to introducing us to the new Flash, the new Batman, the new Supergirl. That they're all going to get
the road. They're going to do something with that Supergirl.
Sorry?
Are they not going to do anything with that Supergirl?
They are, but it's not going to be. This is who I am from that film. That we're going to get an origin movie and everything else for Supergirl.
Brilliant.
You've already been introduced to her. You already know who the Flash is. You already know who. Well, you know one of the 3 Batmen that appeared in that film.
Mm.
So whichever one they go, I hope they do pick Keaton or Affleck to be the older Batman for what we're going to get the Justice League.
Yeah.
You know, because what Monkey was saying there about opening the doors to the Young Avengers, they've opened the doors to Justice League there right from the off. Let's bring in the Young Justice League. Let's bring in the Teen Titans. Let's do it.
Mm. Yeah.
Only if they cast the Titans and the nationalities that they're in. Like, no offense, but they need to get the characters right in the eyes of the fans. What's your opinion on that?
So, if you're talking about like gender swapping and stuff like that, and if it's done right, and if you give me a female Nightwing, right, and you call her Denise whatever instead of Dick, right? I'm not worried about that as long as it's characters done correctly.
No, I'm saying I feel they should cast Michael B. Jordan as Cyborg.
Yeah, so it'll be gender swapping, race swapping, that type of stuff. As long as it's done right, I haven't got a problem with what it's going on. It's when they've changed. It's when they change characters like Johnny Storm, for example, in the Fantastic Four movie, and say, "Oh, he's my adopted brother. That's why he's coloured." Well, no, hang on a second. That Sue and Johnny were brother and sister.
Yeah.
And you're changing a fundamental part of the team. Just to justify somebody being in the film. There's many other roles that Michael B. Jordan could have played in Fantastic Four.
Mm-hmm.
But going back to that, if they had changed it and it made sense, and it wasn't just a change for a tick box, then I haven't got a problem with that. I haven't got a problem with it at all.
Fair enough. Right. So let's get on track here. This is Christmas. Let's talk Christmas shit.
Violent Night.
Violent Night. Let's talk about it.
Right, Monkey, have you seen Violent Night?
No, but I have seen many seasons of Stranger Things, and I know that he is quite the badass.
He's an amazing actor, actually.
Yeah.
I would dare say.
And I thought he was underutilized in Black Widow, but
Yeah, I know what you mean. So, have you been watching it recently, Steve?
Violent Night? No, it's going to be my Christmas Eve movie.
Oh, are you saving it?
I'm saving it for Christmas Eve. Yes. I told you, Christmas, apart from today, Christmas starts Christmas Eve, it runs into Christmas Day, and it finishes Boxing Day. None of this 4 months worth of Christmas crap.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, apart from TV specials, I think today we watched Die Hard at work as a treat. So we watched the first Christmas movie at work today.
Oh, so you're working very hard watching movies, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. We watched Die Hard as a treat to the team because we picked a Christmas movie, and I always put one on over Christmas.
I'm just going to put myself on. I'm just going to put myself on big screen for a second. That I don't know if you can see was me the other day.
No, we can just about see eyes.
Right.
Turn the volume down. There we are. Yeah.
That was me the other day.
Looks like Bad Santa, doesn't it?
That was me doing my charity work.
Yeah. Monkey, I'm just gonna mute you a little bit for the minute because it's I'm getting an echo off you. Just bear with us, mate. Yeah, it's gone now. So yeah, for me, and I think because I'm not in work now until after Christmas. Now Christmas starts for me. This is where I'm going to ramp up the movies. My mum and dad are coming down to spend Christmas with us, which is fantastic. So there's things that have to be watched then, which is the Muppets Christmas Carol. To be fair, I think I've got away without watching National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation today because it's her birthday, Lou's birthday, and she always watches it on her birthday. So unless she's watched it while I'm at work, I think I've got away with that.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, I would say she's watching, but I think for the looks of it, I think she might be watching Gary the Collector instead, which is always nice.
That's what I've been doing.
Is it? Shocking. No, it's not an addiction, is it? That whatnot. So I'm going to be watching Home Alone and Muppets Christmas Carol 100% like Christmas Eve. But the other ones I'll just sort of try and slot in. Like I need to buy a 4K copy of this. This is one of the ones I want to buy 4K. But I'll be watching that. I'm trying to think. Wow. It'll be Violent Night, Spirited, because I know you don't like that. So I'll be watching a bit of Spirited. What about you? What's your go-to, Steve? When you do actually eventually, like 2 minutes before midnight, start looking at Christmas, what's your go-to?
You know, I would have said Santa Claus the movie, you know, but I watched it. I watched it 2 years ago, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I did. You know, there's just something about the film that hasn't aged well, and I don't know if it's the film that hasn't aged well or me that hasn't aged well. Santa Claus the movie.
Ah, yes.
So I don't know if it's the film that hasn't aged well or I haven't aged well.
I go for the latter myself.
Yeah. I'm definitely down the Violent Night type of run now, and there was one that I was gonna watch today called Silent Night. Now we were talking about it last week.
Yes.
So I don't know if that's meant to be a sequel to it or not. Probably not. but that looks really, really good. That's about a dad whose family gets murdered the year before. He has a slit throat, his throat slit, and then the year after that, he goes on a killing spree and kills everybody that killed his family. So that looks really interesting. It just happens to be based around Christmas time. Any of the Stay for Christmas film? Yeah, I think I would say so.
It's a Christmas movie marathon day on the 23rd, is it, Neil? It's I'm just looking forward. I can't watch Christmas movies mid-year, any time of the year that's not Christmas, because it doesn't feel right. So I try and cram in as many as I can when it comes to this time of year. It does help when I know I'm not in work until after Christmas now. But yeah, it's definitely. I think I might have a few Christmas movies on in the background, just to while I'm doing stuff in the house over the next few days, just to try and catch up on a few. To be fair,
I don't know. I'm thinking. Seen Violent Night about a fortnight. Yeah, it was. Do you know that really surprised me when we watched it last year?
yeah,
Violent Night, and like I say, I think David Harbour, who's in it, he's David Harbour. He's a really good actor. I think he's underrated as an actor.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I think it was a good film. I think it intrigued me with the Norse mythology that was in there as well, about who he was and why he was Santa, and the fact that Santa's a punishment for him, which makes it even which makes it interesting.
Yeah.
Gary says hello, by the way.
Hey, Gary.
Yeah, so that makes it interesting for me. The Norse mythology side of it. I've been trying to watch Christmas movies that haven't certainly changed it up for a bit. I know Belle. For those of you that watch Chris and Belle, Bargain Belle, she's had Christmas 24 on since November.
Yeah.
So there probably isn't a Christmas movie that she's never seen. Monkey, if you're still with us, what's your go-to Christmas film?
I think he is still with us, but I'm just. Hey, buddy, what's your go-to Christmas film?
I'm back.
What's your go-to Christmas movie?
Okay, I have a few. Well, you asked, so most people know that there was the Bad Santa, but did you know that there's a second and third that don't have to do with Billy Bob Thornton? What?
I knew about the second. I didn't realize there was a third.
The second one doesn't have to do with Billy Bob Thornton. It is.
Okay, so
a horror story. Are you sure?
Am I sure what?
That's not. You're not talking about Bad Santa there, are you?
Nope, that's a different bit. That's a different Bad Santa.
Yeah, no. All right, fair enough.
So,
and then there's the worst Santa.
The serial rapist is that? Is that the same as like Frosty the Pervert?
No, it's very bad.
Cyberdyne, yes, Trading Places, amazing film.
That leads me on to a question there that Cyberdyne's put Lethal Weapon. Now we have this great debate about Gremlins and Die Hard being Christmas movies because they're set at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Lethal Weapon. Where's your thoughts on Lethal Weapon? Is that a Christmas movie?
I don't know. I don't consider it a Christmas movie, but I'm not. You know, I like Lethal Weapon, but it's not one that I've watched in a long time, to be honest.
But would you consider it a Christmas movie? Because the opening scene, he is in a Christmas tree stall.
Yeah, but that's a stretch. I think.
But it's as much as a muchness as Bruce Willis being at a Christmas party, isn't it?
He's at a Christmas party.
Yeah, but Lethal Weapon set at Christmas. The opening scenes, he's in a Christmas tree yard, and chasing bad guys down before he jumps off the building with them.
Yeah,
it's definitely there.
Yeah, I suppose. I don't know. I just don't associate with Christmas, I suppose. Not like Die Hard.
I would say it's more of a redemption story than a Christmas film. I think it's a redemption story with Christmas elements sprinkled in.
Hmm.
Yeah,
but
Evening,
don't
Rob.
worry. What?
Evening, Rob. I hope the finger's all right, mate. Did you see Rob nearly cut his finger off the other day?
Yeah, I did. He obviously thought he had too many of them and just tried to get rid.
I thought he was panicking and trying to get the wedding ring off.
Bless him. I do hope he's all right, though, mate. To be fair.
So, you what other films would you go to as your Christmas movies then, chaps? Because, like you say, apart from Santa the Rapist, is that the Golden Compass? Is it?
It's when you get to the North Pole scenes, it's very beautiful, and most people forget that you get the guy from The Big Lebowski, the cowboy.
Yeah.
You get him back. You get Nicole Kidman. You get Daniel Craig. So you get this really great cast, and even if you don't watch all the film, if you just turn on the scenes where they're in the Arctic or wherever, it's beautiful. But yes, I do go to films like this, like Home Alone in 4K. I watched that, and I really do like the first that the one hosted by Mickey Mouse, where they have all those different tales of the other. Yeah, but I will say one that really surprised me was the film Noelle, starring Anna Kendrick.
Yes, yeah, I know which one you mean.
That really surprised me, and I really thought they handled it well by making her the Santa Claus at the end. And I really liked that they kind of added they didn't force her into a relationship, but they opened it up to where you think she might start something with the single father and the child. You know? But other than that, they did some other good ones, but the but I didn't care for Bad Santa 2. I only really liked the first one.
So we did something called Not So Secret Santa. I don't know if you watch Car Boot, Chris, or not, but it was like Secret Santa, but we know who we were getting, and we bought for each other. Now, some friends of ours, Paul and Marie Emsden, got me as my Not So Secret Santa, and Junie's laughing because I was just been flashing a copy of The Greatest Showman. Now, there was 2 films that they sent me. One being the greatest waste of space ever, and the other one being the second greatest waste of space ever in Grease 2.
Do you know what's going to be funny? Is that if anybody ever asks you, and I'll make sure I do in front of other people, what's the movie you've owned the most?
Copies of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that you've got 18 copies of Dirty Dancing? Well, I've had about 18 copies of The Greatest Showman. Yeah. However, I did say to Paul and Marie I was going to use them as ice scrapers.
Yeah, okay. And it's not been icy since.
No, it hasn't. You're right. But yeah, I fucking hate musicals. Fucking hate them.
Did you see this, Steve?
Yes, I did. I saw you waving that around. That's the 90s sword, isn't it? Where you put the
No,
battery
this
in
is
the hilt.
this is the 1984.
Do you unscrew the hilt and put the batteries in it?
No, I haven't. No, the batteries are perfectly. The batteries are contacts are nice and clean. They put it as bric-a-brac at the donation centre for £1.
Oh,
Really good condition as well. I've seen worse of them on eBay.
and does
But,
it work?
Yeah, I haven't tried that bit yet.
That's probably why it's £1.
No, I'm telling you, I bet it does work. I can feel it. But
Give me sight.
yeah, beyond sight. Right. In fact, I'm that bloody confident. I'm gonna go and get some batteries.
Go on then. No, I won't be watching it with me popcorn, Junie, and I definitely don't have a Santa's hat. So you'll be seeing that in an up and coming films video. So if you've seen the Greatest Showman review that I did, you'll probably understand what's going to happen to that disc.
He's gonna cherish it.
Yeah, I'm going to see how many, because now I've got a couple of copies of it. I'm going to see how many different ways I can destroy the film. And hopefully I can get rid of all the printed copies. There you go.
Fuck you. I told you. I told you it would work.
I don't know. What you like, you big kid.
Yeah, but the thing is now I've got that and I've got the remake one. The remake one's worth about 30 or 40 quid on eBay. I was quite surprised.
So what do you collect then, Monkey? What's your guilty pleasure?
I own a lot of copies of Twister. I own it on VHS. I have about 138 copies of Twister. On 142 copies on VHS. I own
Twister.
Yeah, I own 6 on. I own 6 on Blu-ray. I own 6 on DVD, and I even own it on Laserdisc.
So what's your fascination with Twister?
Well, every single year that I put it on during when we had a tornado warning, it always passed us by. Every single time we got a tornado warning on TV, it always passed us by whenever I put on Twister. I have never had it strike where I live, not once, as long as I've always put on Twister. Never has it touched down
Right.
where I lived.
I'm still trying to figure out why you have so many.
So because it's a good look, Sean. I'm just trying. Are you in the States? Are you, Monkey?
What?
Are you over in the States or are you in the UK? Because if you're in the UK, that's a waste of a good story. That if you're based in Widnes, for example.
Nope, I'm in the States.
You're in the States, right? Okay, right. Okay. But 140 copies of a film that's not particularly great, that's...
Classic,
Yeah.
Twister.
What?
I say it's a classic, Twister.
Yep. So you're saying, well, so you're saying it's not great to own that many copies?
I take the
Come on,
Mickey
get out of that one, Steve.
I take the Mickey out of Little Steve because he owns 10 copies of Dirty Dancing.
No,
Now,
I own 3.
give him his due. They are all different versions of Dirty Dancing. He's got like the original, the 5-year anniversary, the 10-year anniversary,
Yeah,
the
that's
20th
how it is, yeah.
anniversary, the 30th anniversary, and they've all got like 3 seconds of extra footage that changes the whole dance scene, right?
Such a...
I take the Mickey out of Little Steve, but 140 copies of the same film. Where'd you put them all?
Well, I filled a large bookshelf that's I'd say I have a bookshelf that's about as wide as a bus and very tall. That takes up like a huge wall, and I have it completely filled, and I have it going from like the bottom all the way to the top. So it's very like I guess you could say it was like very like I'm trying to think. It's just like it takes up a lot of room, but I have all the copies there, and but yeah. So if you want to say that I'm odd because I love that film so much,
No,
I will gladly take it.
I'm not saying it's hard. I understand. I understand. I have a couple of different copies of, or I did have a couple of different copies of Transformers the movie. I had the VHS, I had the DVD, and then I've gone into the Blu-ray. Little Steve bought me the Blu-ray for it. It's just the sheer number of it. I'm not saying it's strange or anything like that. You've got your reasons for it, but 140 copies of it, and I think it tickles me that you've got them all. It's all in VHS. So are they all the same, like cover art? It's not like they've got different covers on it. It's the same film.
Yes, but I also have 6 copies on Blu-ray and 6 copies on VHS. So, and each different. So the Laserdisc has different artwork on it. And the DVD, when you open up the snapper case, it has different art also. And on the VHS, it is too. So they took like 4 different images in all of Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt looking like disheveled or running. Like there's 2 different versions of them running. There's one version on the VHS cover with them running away from the Twister, and then there's a different version on the back of the Blu-ray, and then on the inside of the snapper case there's an image of them under the bridge. So if you look on the one case, the only close-up image on the case is them when they're in the cornfield looking at the tornado coming towards them. But the version that I was talking about has them under the bridge. So even though yes, it's the same film, since I have all the formats, it's different. But also then you have to take into consideration that then there's the commercials that were on the VHS.
I was going to say it's a different version. although it's the same film, it's going to have different trailers, isn't it? It's going to have
Yes,
beforehand. So yeah,
different
the,
trailers on the VHS, different trailers on the Blu-ray, and different
yeah,
on the Laserdisc. But I am really proud of my most recent pickup, and that is the Mary Poppins on Laserdisc, because
Wow.
it comes with different artwork where she's a redhead.
Really?
Yeah, it has Mary Poppins as a redhead. It's a drawn cover that like it's official, but it's the very first like. Do you remember in the movie the the biopic on the one with Tom Hanks where he plays Walt Disney?
Oh yes, yeah.
Saving Mr. Banks.
Yeah.
Mr.
The artwork that they have at the premiere, that's the artwork that they used for the Laserdisc covers, and it comes in part 1 and part 2, and so 2 different covers, 2 different discs. And the interesting thing on the 2 different Laserdiscs is the hard plastic cases, and the back of each disc, the case has a different image from that part of the film. Since the first disc and first case has an image from the first part of the film, and the second disc and case has an image from the second part of the film. So
do you collect movies, or do you collect the artwork? Because I know little Steve collects the steel books because of the artwork that's on the steel books. And he has got some beautiful artwork on some of those steel books, but they're not necessarily films that I would purchase to keep and watch.
Check this one out. One sec.
Oh, you put me on big screen. What have you done that for?
Because I wanted to put
Ladies
me
and
on.
gents, this is where he hits end stream, and we'll have part 3. Do you want to tell me what it is that you're trying to do?
Just put me on big screen, Steve.
All right.
There we go. So I picked up this one, Steve, the other day.
Saw on
4K. So obviously slipcover, steelbook. Check this out. So you got that one at the front.
Oh, very nice.
Really cool, that, isn't
it?
So yeah, I was chuffed with that one. But yeah, you talk about artwork. I just thought I'd bring that one into it because I was chuffed with that.
I'm still intrigued about 140 copies of VHS, but
you can't move past that, can you?
No, that's really got me down.
Monkey, you are my hero right now, because now he's never going to say a goddamn word about my Dirty Dancing, because I'll be just like, do you remember that one time when Monkey was on?
Going back to the question there. So you've got. I'll put you on big screen in a minute so we can see it, because it's not coming through properly with the red. Are you buying stuff because of artwork there, or are you buying it? Oh, The Punisher.
Yeah, that's cool. Warzone.
And the thing about Twister is, I got it when I was I got it at the same time as I got Jumanji for Christmas, and when I got Jumanji, I also got the Jumanji board game. So I have really good memories attached to that. And when I got them for Christmas, we watched them back to back. First we watched Twister, and then we watched Jumanji, and when we played, and then we played the board game of Jumanji before bed. So really good memories for that. But yes, it helps to get films that bring back really good memories, but also the fact that I've never been in a
You too, mate.
that a tornado has never touched down once where I live, because I've played it every single time. I mean, how many people can really say that they never lived through a tornado because they put on a movie that they've had a tornado that they have tornado warnings like multiple times throughout the year, and they've never had it touch down because they.
Steve switching in a minute.
to be perfectly honest with you, if it wasn't for Lana being with me, I probably would have picked up every copy of the Transformers the movie I see in the charity shop on DVD. I probably would, but it's just I was expecting when you said that you had a couple of copies of Twister to have like 2 or 3 special editions, not 140. That's what's got me, and it's just So, you obviously collect other movies as well, so without sounding like I'm being intrusive here, where do you keep all of that if you've got a double-decker bus wall full of Twister?
I have a lot of room here, a lot of room. So I just don't collect movies. I have figures all around. I have everything you could possibly imagine. I mean, when COVID hit, I was like, okay, I got enough here.
To see you through.
What?
To see
you had enough there to entertain you. So
you both were talking at the same time.
You had enough there to see you through COVID.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
If I may ask, do you have a favorite that you so you said that you love Transformers. Do you agree that the franchise would have been saved if they just would have brought her back for the rest of the films?
I'm going to put my feet up.
Brought who back? Megan Fox?
Yes.
Oh my god! I don't know if it was saved. I don't know if it was saved the franchise because it's not Megan Fox I had an issue with. It wasn't the lady that replaced her in The Last Night. She wasn't not The Last Night. The what was the Dark Side of the Moon? That it wasn't. She wasn't the issue for me. The issue for me has been the Transformers themselves. You were talking before about Five Nights at Freddy's having such a in-depth lore and it's grounded in its own lore, and Transformers is that for me as well. I like what they did with Sentinel, in Darkseid when he's being Prime's mentor and stuff like that, because that's how he was. I think when they tried to soft reboot it for The Last Night, that didn't work. Age of Extinction didn't work for me. You give me a pillar of hope. The first 5-10 minutes of Bumblebee where they're on Cybertron, that was absolutely amazing. And then you've gone and done what you've done with Wheeljack in Rise of the Beast. Give me Wheeljack, Cybertron Wheeljack. You've now made them a 60-year-old camper van again. It just makes no sense to me. That's my main issues with Transformers.
Well, what doesn't make sense about Transformers to me is I love the character in the first Transformers that the villain ends up splitting in two. I love that character, and for him to be killed off that way, I was really upset.
Yeah, when Megatron kills Jazz.
But the fact that Megan Fox got that role in the first place by washing his car.
So, which part of the franchise do you think moving Megan Fox back into was going to save it? Because I don't, like I say, Rise of the Beast, to me, you could take the humans out of that film. For what good they were.
Well, this may seem different, but they could go from all that action to showing her moving on in her life, and it would be interesting if they brought her back to have her wake up and be like, her spouse be like, "Did you have another dream?" And she'd be like, "Yeah, ever since I had that summer vacation, I can't stop having dreams about these Transformers." So I'm saying they could make it all work out if they would just make it be her having hallucinations or it being in her head. In my opinion, that they can make a bad franchise good by just making it be in her head, and then have it be Shia LaBeouf is who she married all along.
See, the Sam Witty thing for me was ruined in The Last Night when they were talking about the last of Wiccans and nobody knew what happened to Sam. So, you're explaining that. Would you like to see Halle, what's her name that played Kate Bishop? Halle, because she was in Bumblebee. Would you like to see her come back into the next one? Because the next one's meant to be directly after Bumblebee, in between Bumblebee and Rise of the Beasts.
Yes. And don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the first and second Transformer films, but when they took out the main characters of the first two, that kind of, I didn't like too much. And Patrick Dempsey, I didn't like his character at all. I mean, especially when they show him running. I mean, he's not a runner. I mean, you can imagine him ducking into Starbucks saying, oh my God, call me an ambulance. I just ran 10 feet. But yeah, they should bring her back because she was like Shia LaBeouf in the first one. Don't you agree?
Yeah. Geek Dave's there saying the problem that he's got with Transformers is that the action moves so fast you can't see who's fighting. Yeah, I do agree. You're like, what's happened to Jazz? Not many people realize Jazz is the one that gets ripped apart. Not many people understand what happens to Ironhide or anything like that. Because these deaths do happen on screen.
Exactly.
You don't. You're not seeing who was who really, and you're not really introduced to the likes of RC or Nightbird or anyone like that that's been in any of the other films. You're only assuming it's those people because of who says what and who's doing what. And that, again, that's been a big bugbear for me. And I thought we were getting that fixed at Bumblebee when I saw the Cybertronian versions of everybody, and I'm like, pardon the language here, but fuck me, we're getting G1 Transformers. And we haven't got that now. I really enjoyed what they did with Mirage. I was a bit skeptical with him being Jazz, because when he transforms into Jazz's vehicle mode. But I really enjoyed Mirage in Rise of the Beasts, and I was made up when they killed Bumblebee, and they should have just stuck with the convictions and left him dead for a movie, and then brought him back some other way. And to give us a film where Bumblebee's not the star, because he was never the star in the series. He was the human counterpart for Daniel and Spike and people like that. He's not a big star in the lore. So why have we made him into this megastar?
I think they brought all those characters in just for the toys, so that they could sell all the toys again.
Yeah, but there's
I
three
mean,
different versions of Prime. There's 3 different versions of Prime for Rise of the Beasts, and 2 of those vehicle modes that they've got, he never actually shown in the film.
really.
Yeah. Sorry, Steve, you were going to say something then before I jumped in.
No, I was going to say it's just about the franchises. I mean, it's always been about making money through the figures, hasn't it?
Oh,
You know, 100%, especially with Transformers itself. That's always been the case. You know, you've collected all your G1s, and all of a sudden there's another generation.
The Transformers '86 movie was a live movie shopping cart.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, here's all your G1s. We've now got them out. So, and by the way, here's Cup, here's Hot Rod, here's Galvatron, they're all you knew.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what it was. It was like watching a real life Argos catalogue.
Yeah, Argos and Index back in the day.
Yeah, I want that one.
Yeah,
All about the hot toys.
That's it.
Speaking of hot toys, what about Jingle All the Way?
The Turbo Man.
About Turbo Man, yeah.
Yeah,
He's made another appearance this year in Smiths, hasn't he?
I'll say, I want a Turbo Man.
We've got them in the Entertainer down on Cheshire Oaks. Do you want me to nip in and pick one up for you?
Yeah,
Turtle Man.
Turbo Man. But yeah, that's another one Christmas I think I need to watch. Put the cookie down. What's that?
That's
We
Old
need
Man
that.
Logan.
Oh,
We got
Marvel
Home
Way.
Alone.
Yeah,
We
Marvel
got Home
Diamond
Alone.
Select.
Sorry, mate.
We got Home.
Go on. Go on,
We got
monkey.
Home Alone and
Shit.
God, you've got Home Alone.
in 4K. We deserve Jingle All the Way in 4K too. What do you
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the thing is that although they are a lot of the 4Ks are unlocked, you are very fortunate over there to have quite a much bigger array of them than we do here. So we're having to import stuff and buy special editions. But yeah, I would agree with you. I think a 4K of that would be in order, especially this time of year.
Do you remember that when it was shown on television, there was like some scenes that were different?
No, I don't think I did. To be honest, I didn't notice it.
Well, there was like the scene was a bit longer at the radio station, and there was there was something else, but like if you ask people that watch the original TV broadcast, they'll tell you that they argued with him at the station, and that's why.
Yeah.
But there's. I really feel we also need to get Home Alone 2 on 4K.
Yes, I don't know what the holdup is on that one.
I do have a theory. Would you like to hear it?
Yeah, go for it.
Donald Trump.
Do you reckon?
Well, he's in it.
Oh yeah.
So I think the studio probably doesn't want to give him any profits, but he's probably like, since I'm in the film, either you give me in some of the profits, or I will not give you license for my.
I think Trump's got bigger issues at the moment than getting royalties off Home Alone 2. I think if he is indicted on everything that's going through, and they have got proof that he was involved in January the 6th, which is the latest thing that come out of all of that this week, he's going to go down for treason, which comes with the death penalty. So Home Alone 2 is probably not high on his priority list at the moment.
I hope so. I just want them to release it. Give it to us now.
Yeah. Did you see the? I don't know if it's fake or not, but Home Alone 4. The modern day Macaulay Culkin with the two wet bandits. Did you see that?
They've been trying to get that made ever since the actor that played Marv did a YouTube video where he was like, "I'm down for it," and he wants him to do a darker version of it. They want him to his version that he wants is he wants them to do a version where Kevin is hunting them down.
Yeah, a darker version of Home Alone. Take that, you filthy animals, and I'm snorting a line of coke.
Yeah, but and it would go along with the fan theory that Kevin grows up to be Saw.
Yeah, that's one that's been going on a while, isn't it?
Yeah. The Z says he's getting into collecting physical media too because he's had enough of shady compressed audio. I remember someone saying not so long ago, Z, that you were never going to get into physical media because you didn't want to jump down that rabbit hole.
I think he went. I think he jumped.
I think he's done what I did with Funko Pops.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't get me started on those. If you think I have a lot of copies of the other ones, let's just say all my figures are round. They are around the yeah.
No, I went from not having any Funko Pops to buying about 80 a week on Whatnot at the moment.
80 a week.
My neighbour said, "I've got a parcel for you," and I've had to look at it. It's a Whatnot username, but I can't remember what's in it.
Well, to be fair, I think it was Gary's stream. I had one box turn up the other week that I'm sure earlier in the week that I'm sure I ordered in like the middle of November. Speaking of Z, the Sons of Anarchy turned up.
Oh, did you buy that? Did you?
Oh yeah, 100% to go with me. Jax and Claire, is it the mum? And then I got the picture as well. Bloody hell, the boys.
Oh, there you go. Right, so what have I bought here? Oh, I've got a packet of Haribo. There we go. That's good.
There is Funko Pops in there, isn't there?
There is Funko Pops. Well, which Funko Pops? What have I bought?
You know what? Lou will sit there going, "Shall I get it?" "Yeah, go on then, Lou. You sure?" Yeah, I'm going to get it. No one's beating me. You know, and then I get we've got loads of these, and I'm like, "Yeah, you're the one bloody bidding on them."
So, the Runaways, that was £1.
Right.
So that was £1 with 30p postage.
Nice.
I've got Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I got a Stan Lee.
No way. That's one I need to add to the collection, actually, Stan Lee.
And then today, to make it worse, we were in Smith's today because I got paid yesterday. So I went to Smith's and I was having a look at the Transformers and I was really disappointed. And I got an Armin from Attack on Titan for £5. It's like, yeah, that's
all right, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've got down here as well. Look, so there's all my Secret Santa stuff on top of a box of Funko Pops that I have no idea what they were. And then, if you look at the top of the wardrobe, Steve, Funko Pops.
Yeah, I'd do a tour right now. I mean, I've got the whole top of here, the whole top all the way around, and then down there, and then I've got about another 30 or 40 in the bedroom. They've made their way into the main bedroom, which she's not happy about.
So there's going to be a video, Funko or Funk No.
I think that'd be a good one, that. I think we should do that. Well, we're both just sat there shaking our friggin' head.
Yeah.
Do you speaking of your love for Funko, do you remember that there was a film called Artemis Fowl about in
Yep.
2020?
Mm-hmm. Based on the kids' books.
Oh, that's cool, mate.
Yep, it's the
Funk no. Nice one, Dave.
and
Yeah, sorry, Junie. This is the room that little Steve sleeps in when he's here.
Surrounded with Funko Pops now, by the sound of it.
Yeah. So when he say he's staying in the toy room, yeah, he stays in this room. But yeah, what are the ones in here?
Hang on, bear with us, monkey.
Oh.
He's just going to find out what else he's bought. A Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
There we go. What's this one? Fucking hell, this is a big one. That's what she said.
Hey.
Yay. Here we go. Batman with the Halls of Justice.
Yeah. That's
She's
cool.
gonna fucking kill me when she sees these. Diesel.
Yeah, because of course, why not?
Yeah, why not? There is a Funko Soda in here. Oh yeah, here we go. Master Chief
Yeah, well, that had to be bought.
from Halo. So, oh, he's not open. But that's what he looks like. I'll have to open him. She's going to kill me when she sees these in the morning.
In the morning.
Well, she's not watching. She's not watching now.
Oh, she will. She'll have a sixth sense.
Now I've mentioned Funkos, that'll be it. She'll be dialing in.
Yeah, that's true, Junie. Definitely overstimulated there.
Oh, it's not worse than your room, Steve. At least you can move around in it.
I reckon I've got less now than you with all those.
Well, that's not. I've got He-Man up there. I've got 5 G.I. Joes. I've got a Tron and something else hiding up there up the way. Lieutenant Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What's that? Carrie.
hmm
Oh, that's cool. That the original?
Yep.
Yeah, that's really cool, that, mate.
So I think what we'll do, Steve, for the next for one of our videos, and we might do a Funko sort of collection video, and I'll see if I can get Magpie Toys on and Gary.
Yeah,
since they're the main culprits of my addiction at the moment.
that's very true. That's very true. As they're just sat there with a whole wall of them going, "What's your problem?"
Yeah, Monkey, with you being over in the States, I take it you know what Whatnot is.
Yes, it is the app that you can get things things on.
Yeah. So that's, I'd say, only just come. It hasn't only just come over here. It's been over here since February, March time.
Yeah.
But it's really took off recently. They've started unloading a lot of our friends, and they've all got shops and stuff like that because a lot of our friends are like resellers or toy hunters or stuff like that, and they've got shops on Whatnot, and that's where we've been buying all the stuff from. So yeah, it's watch if you can, and if you don't mind spending some money over in the UK. If you follow Only Cool Stuff, which is here, he's in the chat now. Car Boot Chris, he's another one. Gary the Collector, Magpie Toys, they're all our friends that we buy stuff off. Yeah, and we get quite good deals. So Unfortunately, I've got loads of bubble wrap now.
Yeah, I think this is it. I've noticed that myself. You know how bad it is when you got a shitload of packaging.
That's never a bad thing.
Well, yeah, it isn't. It isn't. But yeah, that's what I find. Oh, and Sam and Bell, yeah, don't forget theirs. There's that first one on 6:30 on Boxing Day. Bloody hell!
They confused me because they said the week today, and I just read it that they're going live today. For some reason, I missed that first part of the sentence. I was trying to find them.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh no, it's Boxing Day.
I'm going to be interested in that one. See how they get on.
That's Tam. That's Tam
yeah.
selling all his unwanted Christmas presents.
All those Transformers.
Do you know what? Do you know when he came on the show when a couple of months ago and he had all those Optimus Primes?
Yeah.
He still hasn't sorted them out.
No.
Still hasn't sorted them out. I'm still waiting for the one he promised me.
Yeah, I imagine. Right, well, I need to get off soon, mate, because wife's wanting to go to Morrison's. It don't close till 12.
Right. So what we'll do, ladies and gents, because as you know, it's now coming on to 9:15, and I start turning into a pumpkin if I'm not in bed by past. So thank you for coming on, Monkey. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Feel free to come on anytime we put the link in the chat.
You're totally welcome.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us, and I'm hoping you're having a wonderful Christmas. Please pass my regards on to the family, and I hope you all have a great day.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Please keep your eye out for pre-recorded videos because I think Little Steve's got about 80s getting out in over Christmas. I take that as a no. Bye-bye. Have fun.
Bye, everybody. Take care. Bye.